Hello, and welcome to this training series on Kofax RPA. This is ROBOBEAR, and in this episode we will take a look at loops. During your robot development, you will notice that many actions are repetitive and can be processed using the same sections of code. A very powerful tool to achieve this is the repeat step. You can add a repeat step to your workflow by right-clicking, selecting Insert Action Step, and in the list on the right, navigate to Loop. Here we have several options that fall into two main categories. First, we have finder-based loops that will iterate through all the found elements until done, such as for each tag, URL, data row, etc. Then we have the generic loop, built using a combination of repeat and next steps. Let's add a repeat step to our workflow. This marks the starting point of our loop, and all steps after this one can be repeated as part of the loop. In order to close the loop, we will need the next step. You will find it in the same menu as the repeat step. The next step marks the end of the loop, and nothing after this will be executed. That is why we recommend that each loop you create should be on a separate branch. We can use the navigation buttons on the repeat step to go through each reiteration in real time. To better demonstrate this, let's create an integer variable named counter. Since loops send us back to a previous state in the robot, we will need our variable to be global in order to keep its value each iteration. Now, we will increase the counter each iteration using an assign step. We will switch from value to expression and add 1 to our existing variable. We can see how each iteration adds 1 to our variable, going to infinity. This is called an endless loop, and you never want them as part of your code, as you lose control over the execution. We can fix this by using a test step. We can either combine it with a try-catch, as demonstrated in the conditions lesson, or use it alone. Let's say that as long as our counter is less than 10, the loop should continue. Once it hits 10, it will skip the rest of the branch, including the next step. By adding a new branch before the loop and running everything to that point, we can see that the test step stopped the loop on iteration 10, and then the sub-branch started executing as intended. As your code gets longer, it can get difficult to keep track of the end of loops, so as a best practice we recommend that you add your test and next steps in a new branch right after the repeat step. You can even group them together so you can differentiate between the loop steps and the robot actions. Now that we understand the basic loop mechanism, let's take a look at other types of loops based on finders. First, we will need a web page or document open, so let's add the load page step and open the Amazon main page. I'm actually going to search for a random product so we can see the search results page. Now, when right-clicking an element, we can see the section of actions called loop. We can select either of these to iterate through specific elements on the screen. For example, we can use the for each tag, either with a specific class or simple, and generate a new loop step. When running it, we can see that each iteration selects one of the elements from the list. Let's take a closer look at the loop step. Select it and go to the Finder section. We can see here that it defines an area where to look in. In the Action tab, we can see that it's looking for all list tags with this specific attribute within our defined range. For each tag found, it will create a named range to be used in the loop. Design Studio provides an auto-naming convention, but we recommend changing it to something more descriptive, such as selected item. Loops like this one don't require a next step, as they will automatically loop everything after them until no more elements are found on the screen. All steps named for each function in this way and can be used to iterate through many elements. We recommend that you go through each one, as they are powerful tools to be used in your robot development. This concludes our lesson on loops in Kofax RPA. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.